Hey guys, Shunji here, and welcome to the fourth installment of my guide for new players. Now, today we're going to be talking about everything you need to know about combat from a level 1 perspective. Now, the first thing you're going to need to know about is skills. You can get to your skill tree by pressing the letter P, and it will give you all of your actions, which are your skills, and also tell you what level you get each skill at. For the most part, you get it every 2 levels, as you can see here. Now you can move all these skills around anywhere you want on these bars by clicking and holding and dragging the skills. Now, something also to be aware is if you can get more of these bars if you happen to run out of space. Simply press the escape button, go to HUD layout, and you'll see all the different action bars you have. Now we have hotbar 1 through 6 right here, and you'll see that this has blue name, but the hotbar 1 and 2 have white names. Now the white names means it's showing up, and the blue names means it's hidden. If you simply right click on the hotbar you want to activate and save it, it'll actually show up just like this. Now for this guide, I'm just going to turn off this third one so you can see the screen better, but that's just for your general information. Another cool thing about these hotbars is you can actually change any of these hotbar numbers to any single thing you want. So if you want this first skill, number 1 on the first hotbar to be a Q, simply press escape, go to key bindings, go to hotbar, then you can actually see this says hotbar slot 1, meaning hotbar 1 slot 1, as you can see these tiny numbers in each slot, and you can change it by clicking on the number you want to change, and then once it's highlighted, clicking any letter, number, or combination you want. So let's do Shift Q. So as you can see, by holding down Shift and pressing Q, now hotbar 1 will be Shift Q. Something to be aware of is you need to click apply for this setting to actually stay. However, if you accidentally click close and forget to save, it'll actually warn you. If you click yes, it's going to discard what you just set, but if you click no, it'll bring you back to this so you can click apply. So for this tutorial, I'm just going to actually say yes to close it out, and so I can keep my number 1. Now, the next thing you need to know is that each skill may or may not have an additional effect. Now, if we look at this skill right here that I currently have called Boot Shine, you'll see about in the middle of the skill's description, it says critical damage if dealt from behind the target. Now, a lot of people will ask, where exactly is behind the target? Now, if you look at this creature right here, this huge hornet, you'll notice that there's this about 2/3 circle with an arrow in the front of it. This arrow indicates the direction in which the creature is actually facing. So anytime the creature moves, the arrow will move with it. Now, something to be aware of is that if this creature is red named and you go behind it, it actually will not aggro you. That is extremely rare in MMORPGs. But if you go around the front area around here, it will more than likely notice you and then turn towards you and start attacking you. So be aware of that. Now, since this hornet's name is yellow, he's actually passive simply because he's probably in the level 1 area. And he will not attack you unless you attack him first. Now, this little 2/3 circle right here will indicate which side's the back side. Now it's broken, and this broken section in the back is the back. So if I'm saying right here, this is the back, this is still the back, but this is the side of the creature, also known as the flank. So if you have a skill that says this does additional damage by doing it from the flank, you can do it from here, and from here, and it'll still do the additional effect. Now, if I attack this creature, his name will turn red, as you can see here. If this creature's name is turned purple, that means another player has aggro on this creature. But good news is you can actually still get experience or a quest requirement from that creature by attacking it as well. So if someone else has aggro on it and you need that for a quest, just go up and attack it a few times, maybe even help kill it, and you'll still get the quest requirement finished. As you can see here, this creature has a Q above its name, which means it's for my quest. If you look over here on the right side, you'll see that I need to slay huge hornets. I've already slain 1, so let's kill it really quick and see what happens. So after you kill a quest creature, I'll actually put it in the middle of the screen and say, you've slain a huge hornet, 2 of 3, meaning I've killed 2 of the 3 creatures I need of that type. Now, another thing to notice when it comes to these creatures is if I attack it, it'll also have a letter next to its name. This letter actually is just an indicator that the game creators made to say, hey, if we want to attack creature E, that's what this will go through. So if I kill this creature, the next letter will be an F here instead. Or if I have multiple creatures, it'll just go through the alphabet. Whichever one I hit first, second, and third, it'll go E, F, G, or A, B, C. And if you want to use that system, that's perfectly fine. Otherwise, you can actually use another in-game system they've added by simply doing Shift M. It'll bring up a signs tab, and you can click one of these, and it'll put it on the target. This is really good for targeting a creature so the entire group knows which one you're going to kill. Also, to take off these targets that we just put on it, simply re-click the one that you already clicked and it'll come right off. Now, another thing you need to be aware of when it comes to combat is some skills, such as the one I have here on my number 2 skill, I cannot use until I use my first skill. Be aware of this on all of your skill chains. So look at your skill and it'll say, you cannot use this until X happens. For me, it's I have to use this to go into raptor form. So let's kill this creature really quick. So as you can see, it's highlighted, meaning I can actually use it now. What's also really cool about this game is if I'm in a party and I'm attacking a creature, you'll see that this player has an A next to his name with a bar, and I have a 2 next to my name with a bar that's slowly filling up as I attack. This A means that he has primary aggro on the creature. Now if I keep attacking this creature, my bar will fill up and my number and letter will change if I do too much damage. This is something to be extremely aware of, especially as a DPS. If you burst too fast before your tank has enough time to gain aggro, you will gain aggro as I did here. One last thing to note about grouping is that if you actually go to the party menu by going to the social list down here on the bottom right, going up to party members and clicking, you'll notice that even though I have no party members in my group, if I did, I could click their name and go down here to these 2 arrows, which means I can move them up or down the party list. As you saw previously, I had members on the left side of my screen. It was just me and the 1 other player. However, if we had 3 members, I could move him up the list or down the list depending on where I want him. This is really, really useful for healers because if they want all their tanks at the top of the list, they can move them to the top of the list using this system. This is also extremely useful just for you to organize your party lists. So if you want all the magical DPS on the bottom, you can move them there, or if you want them all at the top, you can also move them there as well. So that's something to keep in mind and something I did not know about until much later in my Final Fantasy career. So that was a super quick explanation on combat when it comes to Final Fantasy, but that's really all you need to know. So to recap, don't forget that if a creature has a red name, he's either A, already attacking you, or B, will attack you if you get too close to his frontal region, but if you go behind that creature, he will not turn and aggro you. Secondly, if a creature has a purple name, you can attack it to gain experience and help complete your quest, even if you're not in the group with the person attacking it. And finally, don't forget that you need to be aware of your aggro on the left side of your screen. If you get too close to the letter A, you will gain aggro and potentially die. Also, you can move the players around in your party menu so you can organize it any way you please. Well guys, that's all I have for you when it comes to low-level battle mechanics. In my next video, I'll be going over everything you need to know about leveling and how to level the quickest. If you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe, and share for more Final Fantasy XIV content. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and Twitter where I post about my upcoming content and answer all of your Final Fantasy XIV questions. As always, I'll see you guys next time.